What's up, everybody? It's your girl Red Gal Sash. So I don't know if you can see it. Oh yeah, you can see it. So it's a beautiful, damn near 90 degrees in Western New York. So right now we taking advantage of still socially distancing and trying to enjoy the weather. But this is I wanted to focus on this, and we're just gonna focus on
Can't hear you. I can't hear you.
here it goes. October is really depression month. Can you hear me now?
Yes.
Okay. So normally, they misconstrue a lot of things, and they talk about how, um, depression and mental health. They're both one in the same. Me and him both come from a nursing background. I felt like it was really important. This is a stigmatism that we constantly talk about, but it kind of gets overshadowed in the black and brown Hispanic communities. So May 1st, May 31st is Mental Health Month, and so we're going to talk about clarity of mental health, proper advocates and avenues that we can use, being feeling that it's a safe space to talk about mental health. So you see what the topic is today is mental health and homelessness. I don't know if you guys noticed it a little bit more often. I don't know if my co-host he's mentioned it to me a couple of times that we have noticed that between mental health and homelessness is becoming like they're teetering on the same. So we're gonna jump right into it. It might be a little sensitive, but once again, this is a safe space. We talk about this space to give people a free space zone to feel like it's non-judgmental, and we just want to get into focusing just to bring a little bit of awareness on mental health. I don't know if Cass wants to start it out tonight, or did you want me to start it out, or what do you want me
I
to do?
mean, you did. Yo, what's good? It's passing over. Yo, we are separate tonight, in different locations, but that's all good. I mean, yeah, we're gonna go ahead on it. The correlation between mental health and homelessness. By the way, it's mental health, and it's weird because for two things that walk hand in hand, mental health and homelessness.
Mm-hmm.
Mental health month is this month, but homelessness month is all the way in November.
Right.
Homelessness awareness. So, you know, it's kind of good because it's spaced out. So
Right.
they actually have two times that we can actually contribute and aid and help. Most people don't realize that things like Alzheimer's and things like that, the mental illnesses that people can be suffering from, often lead to homelessness because of non-comprehension or non-understanding of what's going on through, society and what's going on in people's head. We just, as of now, started to even, well, in terms of recently, just started now to um started even dealing with people in mental health. Before it's just like something like our families didn't
Yeah,
talk
you just push them
about, or we,
aside and just let them go on about that's just like
yeah, you know what I'm saying? We never really talked about it. Now it's becoming, it's becoming, dare I say, hip, or like not hip, but it's with the way society is becoming more outgoing with their verbiage, and what I'm saying, being outgoing with their feelings and emotions publicly now. It's one of them things where it's like, okay, now we can say that, okay, maybe uncle really had depression, and that's why this happened. Maybe we shouldn't have been telling him to, hey, it happens to everybody,
right.
you'll get better. Like, no, we needed to actually see what was going on. I know, as well as, I mean, I know me as well as a lot of people in my family. We do have people who suffer from mental illnesses, and their mental health is not up to par. We have military people in our family and a lot of nurses. Like, my family is
So
made
they
up
suffer
of
from the
right,
PTSD, and then that comes they come
right.
try to I don't want to say like re into they want to try and push get their lives back into normal after being in the military. And
Right.
that's a big drastic change from coming from one, homeland, and you might be, who knows what the environment is. But I've learned, just like I said, I collect a little bit of notes, you know what I mean, just little snippets.
Hmm.
So I was, most people that are living with this disorder, it's not based. They used to put it like, oh, they were, they had drug use, or, and
Right.
they, a lot of times they were putting people in insane asylums because they didn't know how to properly treat them. Well, do supportive or therapeutic care, for these people to properly support them so that they can maintain by themselves. So what I learned was, um, the pandemic basically forced everybody to, it basically brought people to the forefront of what their mental health was. So, me included, self love, trying to figure out, things that were, it doesn't always work. It backfired, y'all. Sometimes it backfires. Some was, we were in these toxic relationships with our parents, cousins, whatever, and it brought things to the forefront. So as of March of 2020, between 25 and 20, well, 20 and 25% of the homeless population was suffering from mental illness. And that's why they were homeless. It wasn't just people, just choosing, because some people choose to be homeless. Let's keep it up. It's, life is a lot much easier, and they don't have to deal with a lot of things. So, people with living with this disorder, they, were way more susceptible to being homeless and mental illness. And, hold on, I'm sorry, I'm mixing them up. So
Well,
it made them way more susceptible to being a mental illness. That can lead to, homelessness and drug use and things of that nature. Um, I
well,
think
just
the
to
reason.
piggyback on that. Oh, I'm
Go ahead, go
sorry.
ahead. Go ahead. I didn't mean to interrupt you.
Well,
Go
I was
ahead.
gonna say just to piggyback on that. Yeah. It behooves the question of they, and this is one of the things I always try to figure out, if the mental health issues started before and led to homelessness, or homelessness and they received, they reached homelessness, and then, with living lives in the streets and things like that, they beget
Mm-hmm.
homelessness. You get what I'm saying? It's kind of like a chicken or the egg type situation, which really comes first. But one thing that we do know is that a lot of research has gone into speaking to people in homelessness, because just like you said, a lot of people are homeless because of choice.
Of choice. People
I'm
don't.
not gonna
We
say
don't
a lot.
admit
I'm not
that,
gonna say a
but
lot because I'm not gonna believe a lot of people just want to live on the streets. But
would you say the last part?
I said I'm not gonna say a lot. I'm not gonna say a lot. I'm gonna say there has been counts of populations that you know choose the freedom, like and but I think that's more of a gypsy life. You get what I'm saying? You want to live off the radar. You want to be there. I feel like homelessness is like a negative aspect. You
It
get what I'm
is.
saying?
I think my one of my biggest fears is that I would be homeless. You know what I'm saying? And I maybe I'm wrong for saying it like that, but that's my fear. You know what I mean? I don't want to be without shelter and not being able to provide for myself, or having to live and be
Right,
exposed to,
but
especially like
technically, don't forget, it doesn't mean without shelter, because in California they have tent cities that people are living in, and you know what I'm saying, they have tent cities, so it's not necessarily without shelter. I mean, I think
right.
honestly, if I mean, you know what, with as much as
So
people talk
can I
about
say
nature,
something? I've also noticed that CEOs have went out and made money panhandling. And these people will be the you might think that they're out panhandling, or we in our mind, because we're just going based off appearances. I'm assuming that they would assume that we were, that they're homeless and they're wayward, and a lot of those people are, they figure out ways to save money, where they make a daily income just off asking for XYZ. And that, to me, that could be a form of mental illness. I don't know.
well, yeah, you know what, in 2000, what was it? It was Oh damn! I think it was like in '99, 2000, like because it was like around the millennium, and they were reporting on random things. You know what I'm saying? They were just reporting on everything, and they were like, "Oh yes, panhandling, they make this much money." Listen, I actually watched that report, and dude was like, "Oh, they really, it's an art." They was like, "All you have to do is have a really sad story." You know what I'm saying? And it's a really an art to panhandling, and some of them make more money than we do in the year.
every day, every day.
Right,
We're trying to figure out how to make basic, ends meet. Either, however
right,
form we, that we use as a form of a career, what be whatever it is. We're trying to figure it out and trying to make it work. And these people, they got to get the gab. They can write a note and it can work. Now, what I will say when it comes to the black and brown community, we tend to shun people for trying to cope and deal with their mental health. Not all families do it. Some people are accepting and they're willing, it's so it can make you better. You can see what, the person raging or whatever they're doing. Um, the stipulation is, according to this, or the stigma is that it's about promoting the fact that there's equitable health care, also promoting that there we can take down these barriers of getting our mental health together, and it's nothing wrong with saying my mind is not right, I'm suffering from depression, and I know that something is not right and I'm tired of living like that. That's the best way to love yourself before anything, relationships, kids, or anything, is you have to have your mental health in place. And everybody is entitled to an off day or an off week, however long it takes, as long as you have the proper support system that guides you in the mind that everything is going to be okay at the end of this. And you know, some people need the extra assistance. They need somebody to boost them every day. I know
correct.
I try to
Everybody
call,
needs support.
whether they have a mental health issue or not. I try to call, I try and call you, or I'll call you and be like, I'm having a bad day and I just need to talk to
Right.
somebody.
You know what I'm saying? Everybody just needs to talk sometimes. And I tell people like within your employment, mental health days are a real thing. And if you are not allowed your mental health days, like you need to understand that is time. You can't help anybody until
And
you're well
it's
rested, you're
binding.
full,
Right?
you're good. You have to
Binding
give
that
yourself
you
time. Huh?
I said it's legal and binding that you tell your job that you need a mental health day. I don't know what it is for outside of New York State, but I know that you can. I have to have a mental health day. I need this.
Even if it's but my thing is even if it's not in your contract, legit. If you need a day off, start taking them. It's so many people that wait till the end of the year and they have all this time off that they didn't take. Take the day off if you are
From
stressed.
exhaustion, all that stuff. It
You
will
have to
the
take care of yourself.
exhaustion, lack of all that stuff, mass delirium and mass mental health. Also, go everybody, male, female, go get your thyroid checked out because it might not be mental health neither. It might be your thyroid and your pituitary glands and your organs and your endocrine system is all the way off. All of that stuff, mass mental health too. They don't like to talk about that. I, so put that out there. Like I said, we don't charge it to us knowing some stuff, and we not know it alls, and we just telling y'all because they're not going to tell us anyway. But make everybody always go get your blood work six every 6 months, every three
Well,
if you're a
yeah.
little bit
I mean,
uncomfortable.
minorities are exclusively like, because it's hard to trust. So we're exclusively
Right,
like standoffish about doctors, not just mental health, but physical health and things like that.
right.
Um, I tell everybody, you know that you don't even have to think about it. Just like you set an alarm for everything else, make sure once a year you are going to get checked up. That's it. Just make sure once a year, if you don't do anything else, go to your doctor, get the blood work, get everything checked up. Because I understand the scared aspects of it, but if you can catch something early, it's a lot better than waiting.
Then yeah. Then waiting until the last minute before, and then you're scrambling. Once again, we're just basically shedding light on mental health and homelessness. This is one of our little random tidbits. We'll get back next week. We've been doing our poetry night, so we've been really focusing on building that brand and just making sure that is really good. Making sure our
I mean, oh
team
my
is.
goodness, what you say the poetry? You talking about at
No, I'm just saying that's
555
the that's why
Elmwood
we haven't been
Avenue?
doing regular hour shows. So we've only been doing tidbits. That's all I said. There's nothing.
Yeah.
I wasn't gonna get into that. We gonna they probably see us going live and doing our poetry nights. Who knows? But we still have to focus within Black and Brown communities. Once again, back full circle onto mental health and homelessness. Let's throw away the stipulation and shun the idea that it is not for us. It's not okay for us to get our mental right, or that we have to acknowledge that we do have mental health issues. Everybody has something, whether it's a PTSD or something. Nobody is perfect. I always say therapy is key. It is nothing wrong with telling somebody else. Sometimes maybe you need an outside eye looking in to actually see what in retrospect what the issue is. So we once again the issues majority of the time is that it's something that is not to be talked about, and like you said, we don't like to have those conversations. It's the lack of accessibility to the proper mental health care. They also have the stipulation that in mind that it's not affordable, which it is now with COVID being what it is, and it shed light to seeing
Yeah, with
doctors
a lot of,
televised. Is that the right way of saying it?
pardon me?
What's they call the teledoctors
Oh
for
yeah,
like
the
mental health and things like
telenav,
that. They do
yeah.
all of that. Yeah, and they make it affordable. So we just, like I said, we wanted to bring light to it. It's a small moment. We probably only gonna probably do like 20 minutes because I really didn't have a whole lot on it. I just wanted to touch base on it because May is Mental Health Month. Whether it's a small, a 30-minute moment or a 20-minute moment or an hour moment, it needs to be brought into our community. It needs to be gets into regular conversation and normalizing that it's okay to get our mental health. We need mental health days. We need to check on our family members that we think are just wacky and they might really be honestly going through something.
Mhm.
It's not being nosy. It's just
And to
overall.
piggyback on that,
Mm-hmm.
check on the ones that are super happy as well as the ones that are super sad. There are manic depression is the term that we
And
use.
it can mask
And
in something
those
else.
are super highs and super lows. So
Right.
sometimes you may see somebody that's having, and this is like a fluctuation. It's not, oh, for a week they're sad and a week they're happy. This can happen as quick as in an instant. They'll go from super sad to super happy. Um,
Right.
that's those are signs of mental, that's signs of mental illness, but manic depression, and that's a tricky one to identify
Yeah, you
because
never
some
know
people be thinking the
how
person is
it may.
partying and the person is a super fun person when yeah, the person is a super fun person because they're a little
Have
off right now.
energies around them to keep them from focusing on being so manic.
Yeah, if you've ever watched, a good show to watch about that is the show Dave.
It's called what?
It's on Hulu. It's called Dave. His friend Gator, they show the show and his friend Gator is turns out to be manically depressed. So like they walk through showing you how, he was, he's like, oh, he's the life, he's the hype man, he's this, but then he'll go down and go missing for times and stuff like that because of manic depression. I think they did a very well articulated and artistic form of showing exactly how, and what signs to watch out for. But it's called Dave and it's on Hulu. I mean, it's a really good thing. It's a show with Little Dicky.
That sounds like a really good show. Maybe I should check it out. Since
Most definitely.
so this is a Red Gal Sash and Casanova moment. We just wanted to shed light on it because we wanted to get it in. We have so many things going on that we didn't know if we was gonna get this in. So I just wanted to hurry up and get that out there and continue to support mental health and understanding the dynamics of mental health and homelessness and how they can work almost simultaneously together. There's nothing wrong with going to a therapist, talking about your problems, acknowledging that you need medication or whatever that you need. So if you have any questions, any comments, make sure that you get down in the comments below. We see them even when they air, when they don't air. We always
Yep, and we
respond.
always answer.
We always answer. You might not like the response, but we always answer. So we just want to get back into that. You will see us guys Saturday talking our shit on Wild Thoughts, and let's talk about it as back with our shows. So once again, Wednesday, support us on Poetry Night for that Piff poetry. Please do that. We have a bunch of amazing personalities. They just can't be artists. They personalities because every week we tend to find new people and we tend to love them anymore and they become a part of our community. So once again, thank you guys for watching. Make sure you vote for us. You'll see us in the. I'll drop a link for us for the Let's Talk About It family. We trying to do this contest for influencers and content creators. We trying to do something dope for the culture. Y'all about to see us a little bit of everywhere. So once again, let's work on this mental health. Um, let's focus on mental health. Let's stop going through the stipulation that it is not okay for us to be, and our mental is
Exactly.
not right. You know what I mean? We gotta talk about it. Safe space. You know, this is our space. Um, like I said, if you have any other ideas about any more things that you want us to talk about randomly in between our moments, in between our regular shows, and all the other things that we have going on, once again, inbox us, me or Cass, and we got you. Cass, I did like this show. It was short and sweet, but it was very informative. I'm actually kind of happy with it tonight.
Facts.
So let me let you enjoy this low key 90-degree weather in this bipolar town. And
Facts.
I'm gonna enjoy mine. Go back to being a mom. And like I said, I will see you guys Saturday for the spicy stuff. And we will talk to you again.
Facts. It's your boy Casanova signing off.
It's your girl Red God Slash. Thank you for coming in and watching us again tonight.
Facts. Holla.
Holla.